Welcome to Cincinnati, home of the world-famous Riverboat Row, where we have a great ASA event for you this weekend with some of the biggest stars from Skateboard Vert, as well as BMX Vert and the BMX Triple Jump. It's one of the highest prize payouts on the Action Sports World Tour, $10,000 up for grab here, so let's get right to it. What's up, everybody? Jimmy Coleman here. In the Skate Vert contest, we have a different format this year. The riders get 10 walls for tricks instead of your typical 45-second runs.
10-wall format, cuts out all your filler tricks, and you just kind of got to pack a lot of hard tricks together. But it makes it exciting.
It's possible to do a lot more of your best tricks and cut out all the little cruising ones.
All the way through, you can't waste any walls. They're just back-to-back, like heavy tricks.
I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come away.
I like the ramp a lot. It's like big trannies, just a solid, even ramp, same everywhere. It feels good, and you can really blast a lot higher.
This is my favorite ramp, and a lot of guys like it too. It's a little bit bigger trannies, and the people are always great, so it's a good contest to come to.
Here at the Skate Vert Prelims, there were 2 heats of 20 riders, and only the top 5 skaters from both heats would move on to the finals. Let's check out some of the action from heat number 1.
What's up, Cincinnati? Let's get it going for French skater Jean Postek.
French Vert Skateboard Phenom Jean Postek would start it off in heat number 1. He had some problems with consistency, but was able to put it all together when it counted. Zach Yankush, a.k.a. Catfish, was on the deck with all the sideline reports.
Awesome first run. What do you think?
I'm stoked. I got the pressure out of me. Don't hold back, and because that's when you make mistakes.
Well, that's what you did in your first run. You came out on top. Can't wait to see what you come with. Jean Postek, a.k.a. Cashmere.
Former LG Action Sports World Champion of Skateboard Vert, Sandro Dias, was definitely a heavy favorite to make the finals, but wasn't able to keep the board under his feet for a solid 10 walls. Danny Mayer made history last year on the Action Sports World Tour in Phoenix by busting out 3 kickflip McTwist in the finals.
Check it out, the kickflip McTwist, and he pulls it off. There's not too many people that can do that. Danny Mayer.
Danny made the kickflip McTwist look easy here in Cincinnati after being on point with it last year in Phoenix. That would bring up heat number 2 with some of the veterans of Skateboard Vert, as well as a heavy contingent of up-and-coming talent, including Adam Taylor.
19-year-old Adam Taylor.
Adam moved out to San Diego maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and we pretty much skate together every day.
Come on, Cincinnati, let's show a little love for Josh Stafford here.
Yeah, this is my first year going pro. I'm pretty excited. So far, it's gone pretty well, and man, I love it, traveling around the world with my friends and stuff, skating, having a good time. It's great.
Josh is having a great year in his rookie pro season, especially on the AST Dew Tour, where he has walked away with several top 10 finishes this year. Alex Perelson, 17 years old, he turned pro on the Action Sports World Tour back in 2006, and he has never looked back. Last year, he followed it up by walking away with a silver medal at the LG Action Sports World Championships in Dallas, Texas. In Cincinnati, in his final run, he was able to put together 10 walls to make a solid performance. It was an excellent run, a little sloppy on the dismount here. It goes to the deck, to the backside, much to the shock and amazement of Renton Miller. Speaking of Renton Miller, we haven't seen much out of him on the Action Sports World Tour in the last 2 years. When the pressure was on, was able to put it all together and put together a 10-wall run. Anthony Furlong is known for his consistency when it comes to competitions, but he's actually had some problems with that over the last season and a half. That trend would tend to haunt him here in his first couple runs in heat number 2 in Cincinnati, but in the third and final run, was able to put it together, throw a couple of 540 variations into the mix, including this fakie to fakie 540 for a solid run.
We catch Mr. Furlong while he's catching his breath. 10 walls, that takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, I just turned 30. I think I'm old now or something.
30 is the new 20.
Well, thank you.
All the guys that are skating vert now, they're all really good. It's just gotten harder to make the finals for every event, and noticing new names, everyone's like, ooh, these new kids, like, well, they're here and they're ripping, so.
The last skater of Heat 2 was definitely the heavy favorite for a victory here.
And now, PLG, Pierre-Luc Gagnon.
PLG has been one of the most dominant competition skaters in 2008.
Just want to keep learning new tricks and step my game up and just always get better on my skateboard. But I'm just trying to have fun and just trying to progress every day, trying to push myself personally.
He's last year's LG Action Sports World Champion of Skateboard Vert. He's this year's X Games gold medalist of Skateboard Vert. He won the Maloof Cup, and recently he took overall top honors on the AST Do Tour. And here in Cincinnati, he was the first place qualifier with a score of 83 flat. Alex Perelson in second, Danny Mayer, Jean Postek, and Anthony Furlong rounding out the top 5. Welcome back to the 2008 Action Sports World Tour. We're back at the Bank of Kentucky Center just across the river from beautiful downtown Cincinnati. Cincinnati's the home of America's first baseball team and, of course, Skyline Chili. We're about to get into the BMX Vert Finals, and $10,000 is up for grabs. The best athletes in the world. Kevin Robinson, Simon Tabron, Stevie McCann, and of course the virtually unbeatable Jamie Beswick. Can Beswick do it again and get the 10 grand in his pocket?
This event here in Cincinnati is a great precursor to the finals in Seattle, so I'm really excited to see how everyone's riding.
Out of all the ramps, this is probably the best ramp to do it on, because you can constantly maintain height because it's very fast.
Hopefully it comes down to a good battle for the podium positions this weekend, and you can definitely count on everybody to give it 100%.
The riders were divided up into 2 heats. Each rider was given 2 45-second runs, and it was the best score of the night that was going to walk away with $10,000. Kevin Robinson was first in heat number 1, firing off a 540 tail whip as well as a no-handed flare.
Jimmy Walker, everybody.
It seems like every season on the Action Sports World Tour, Jimmy Walker brings a brand new flair to the party, including that invert flare that you just saw. And this guy's also got plenty of 540 combos, style for miles, making it look easy with that big 540 and another opposite flare.
Jimmy Walker, amazing first run.
I got lost.
You got lost?
Yeah, I made a left turn instead of a right turn, and the whole thing went haywire, but it worked out, so hey.
The young vert ripper, Zach Warden, only 19 years old. He's definitely making a name for himself in the vert ranks. He's got tail whip variations, double tail whips, and of course, the bike flip.
Oh yeah, with the bike flip!
Zach Warden's got some wonderful tricks and wild style that's so unpredictable, you really don't know what he's going to do next.
But the thing with Zach Warden that sets him apart is only Zach looks like Zach, and only Zach can do his tricks. And that's such an asset to have so early in a vert career.
One rider left in Heat 1. Let's hear it for Steve McCann.
Stevie McCann was known for years as a dominant park rider, but over the last 3 seasons, he has really made a name for himself in the vert ranks. He's got an amazing style. He blasts his airs to some pretty impressive heights, and most people compare him to Jamie Beswick with his style.
93 1/4.
Taking a look at the Paul Mitchell leaderboard, out of Heat 1, the top 5 scorers: Stevie McCann, Jimmy Walker, Jay Eggleston, Austin Coleman, and Zach Warden with the 5 best scores out of that heat. Keep in mind, heat number 2 still to come. Stevie McCann's on top for now, but in that second heat, we've got the likes of Koji Kraft, Simon Tabron, and Jamie Beswick coming up when we come back.
Welcome to Cincinnati, Ohio. My name is Catfish. I'm going to take you guys in depth into the city, see what there is, and what kind of trouble we can get into. Let's do this. Down here on the streets of Cincinnati, I think I'm going to go get myself a tattoo. The Ohio tattoo girls are the toughest ones. Whoa, that's loud. I don't like that. It feels like a needle going in and out of your skin very rapidly. Super psyched on my tattoo. It's a C for Cincinnati and a butterfly for beautiful people. I'll see you later. This big spooky house behind me is known as the Southgate House. It's one of Cincinnati's premier spots for live music. Lots of good music goes through these doors. We're gonna hop in and see what's popping tonight. So apparently, the history of the Southgate House goes back many, many years. There's been lots of hauntings.
People who never believed in ghosts saw ghosts here, and now they're believers.
We're here at Fountain Square, downtown Cincinnati. This is the heart of it all. As you see the statue behind me making it rain, this is what Cincinnati's all about. Pretty radical.
Cincinnati's good for lots of things.
Art!
Yes!
Church! Big Bell! Humans!
Cincinnati, yeah!
Cincinnati, Ohio in a nutshell. Hope you guys had some fun. I had a blast. We'll see you next time.
What's up, everybody? Jimmy Coleman here, and I am on the Xbox Anti-Gravity Tour. What this is, it's an anti-tobacco campaign. Xbox and the Marines put this whole thing together, and our cause partner is the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. We go to high schools, we do some shows, and a lot of these athletes that perform here, these guys they hit contests, they do a lot of shows all across the globe, but in an instance like this, they get to give back to the community with an important message.
Still young, you got a whole life ahead of you, and you don't want to ruin it by smoking tobacco.
Over 400,000 people a year die from tobacco in the United States.
I'll tell you what, 69 of those compounds are actually known as carcinogens. Carcinogens are things that kill you.
Because there was just a lot of stuff to learn that I really didn't know. Even with my health class that I took, there was still a lot that I needed to learn.
Smoking can also create birth defects for babies because of the tobacco and tar.
We learned about like different chemicals that are like found in the cigarettes and stuff.
Seeing these guys come out representing BMX, skateboarding, and inline, they see the other side of it, the better side, you know, where the guys are treating their bodies like they should and being the best athletes.
So being able to promote a healthy, clean lifestyle, it feels really good.
So that's basically how our little program works here. Just another day in the office for the staff and the athletes. Heat number 2 is stacked with talent, and they're all looking to take down Stevie McCann, and Ben Snowden would go first.
Originally out of Hornell, New York, Ben Snowden.
Ben, one of the riders that started off as a street rider in the sport, now making a name for himself in the vert ranks.
Really, there's nothing to do in my hometown. I was on the baseball team and went to soccer camp, and my friends played basketball, and it was just not the thing for me, you know? And then I met a BMX rider, and so we rode bikes, and it was like so awesome.
Simon Tabron, one of the most dominant riders on the Action Sports World Tour. He's got a huge bag of tricks, including the 900.
The last 2 months has been a little bit of an uphill struggle. Like, I'm riding good, I'm feeling good, I'm having a great time on my bike, but injuries have just been making it hard work. So hopefully this weekend will change that.
Perfect 900.
You pulled a 900! And yet again, didn't get to do my new tricks. There's always next time. There's always Seattle. Oh, there's always Seattle.
Seattle, of course, the home of this year's LG Action Sports Championships.
Out of Chicago, Illinois, let's hear it for Koji Kraft.
Koji Kraft is an amazing rider with lots of combo moves, and this kid pretty much is going for first or last every time he gets on the ramp. He doesn't ever really plan out his runs. He just kind of makes it up as he goes along, and he goes for the double tail whip at the end and goes down and ends up putting an elbow into the flat bottom.
Koji Kraft, wild run for you. Almost died. What happened?
I don't know, I got too many double bars in my run in my head, so I did it.
The last guy to ride in heat number 2, the ever so dominant Jamie Beswick. This guy's on a roll. He was the gold medalist at the X Games earlier this year and recently took the overall BMX Vert title on the AST Do Tour.
We were watching stuff people thought was impossible all in one run.
He's got so many tricks. He's got amazing style. He does everything in impressive heights. This guy can do it all, and again, it puts him on top of the Paul Mitchell final result board. 94.25 to take the win away from Stevie McCann. Steve McCann coming in a close second, though, with a 93.25. Simon Tabron in third, Jimmy Walker fourth, and Koji Kraft, tough break on the double tail whip. He's all the way down in 9th place.
2 for you, McCann.
There's a lot going on here at the Bank of Kentucky Center. Cardinal Official is now on the Maxell stage singing their hit Dangerous. But coming up next, we've got the Skateboard Vert Finals as well as the BMX Triples event.
I can see it and can't stop myself from looking and noticing you, noticing me. Watch out, I've seen a type before. That girl is so dangerous. That girl is so dangerous. That girl is a bad girl. I've seen a type before. She's so dangerous. That girl is so dangerous. That girl is a bad girl.
Cincinnati's Riverboat Row is home to the USS Nightmare, a supposedly haunted ship that wrecked several times on the way down the river. And the eerie vibe inspired some of the riders to share their own scary stories.
Do I have any good ghost stories?
In my house, my mom was doing laundry a long time ago, and she was doing laundry. I didn't see it, but this is what she says. She was just doing laundry, and it was right after my grandma died, and apparently my mom thinks she's in the house still. And she said the lid to the dryer opened by itself and all the stuff kept spinning, and usually turns off even if someone opens it, and then it just closed real slowly. She freaked out and told me about that. So I don't know, it's kind of spooky.
I was staying in my bed and I woke up and my pillow was shaking, and it was shaking up and down, and I didn't know what to do, so I pushed it and it still started shaking, and then I just left, and now I don't live there.
I don't have any good ghost stories, and I hope that I don't have any good ghost stories, but I heard that the woods behind my backyard are haunted.
When I was super young, I used to get really high fevers and hallucinate. I thought my parents were skeletons and stuff like that.
I don't really get scared too much unless, I'm going down the mega ramp at 45 miles an hour. That's probably as scary as it gets, you know what I'm saying?
PLG's not easily rattled, and that's why he's one of the most consistent contest skaters. But Anthony Furlong's had his fair share of problems this season and has had to fight hard to be in the top 5.
We're here with Anthony Furlong. Anthony, you've been skating awesome all weekend in the finals. What do you think?
I'm pretty stoked. I mean, it's been a rough year, so I'm pretty stoked to be back in the finals. I'm looking forward to tonight. There's only 5 of us, so what's the worst I can do, right? It's been a rough year for riding for me. I came back from knee surgery and it's just been kind of up and down, you know? I make the finals here and everyone's like, wow, you made the finals. And I'm like, you guys are surprised? It used to be a common thing, and now it's everyone's surprised. I was I don't really like that feeling of surprising people that I made the finals, you know?
Again, there was a big format change for the Action Sports World Tour. Instead of the traditional 2 45-second runs, it's a 10-wall run limit. Guys, we're given 5 runs here in the finals. You got 10 walls. If you fall, you're done. You make 10 walls, you got to get out. If you skate longer than that, it doesn't count on your score. Jean Postek, first run-in was looking pretty solid after a couple of walls, but couldn't hang on to the heel flip. Danny Mayer set to come down the roll-in here in the finals. The question is, would we see the kickflip McTwist? We would, and he puts it down, but he can't hang on to the kickflip afterwards. Tough break for Danny.
I don't know, it's everyone could do it, but yeah, the main people I was really scared of was Pierre and Alex.
Last year's LG Action Sports World Championship silver medalist Alex Perelson looking strong in the prelims, and he's learned a new 720 variation.
I just try to think of stuff that I think will look good and stuff that's hard, and I'll see if it works. If not, I'll just come back later and try it again.
We're here with one of skateboarding's bright up-and-coming stars, Alex Perelson, just 17 years old. Alex, you make the finals, you're riding against some guys that I'm sure you idolized growing up.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a year, but at first it was really crazy just to be in the same contest as them.
Awesome, well, you're killing it too, so good luck, bud.
As I mentioned earlier in the show during the prelims, the guy's on a roll for 2008. He's won the Maloof Cup, he's won the X Games, he's the overall champ on the AST Dew Tour, the most dominant skater of the season in the vert ranks, and he was on point here at the Bank of Kentucky Center in the finals.
It's been amazing this year, and I'm just trying to keep it going. We still have quite a few events left. We have the finals in Seattle. You know, I'm really looking forward to keeping on the same pace.
It would all come down to the last runs. Jean Postek with the frontside heel flip throws the Indy 540 into the mix, a tail grab 540, and he finally put it all together in the very end. Anthony Furlong, who had his problems with consistency, they would plague him again here in his final run. Danny Mayer, his first run, we saw the kickflip 5, but then he went down on a setup trick, which was the regular kickflip. Tried to roll the dice here in the finals. Tried to go for a kickflip 360 to fakie, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. Alex Perelson, look at that perfect tail grab 540 right there. Right into an Indy Grab 540, and there you go, the Indy Grab 720, and a solid run for his last outing in the final. PLG started off with a backside grab on the 720. Looking at it in slow motion, watch the back foot. Sliding all over the tail. Shouldn't have been able to pull that off. He resets the foot and pulls it clean. Kickflip mute to follow it up, and what does he come back with? Another 720, but it's a different grab. Grabbing mute right there. This guy is able to put it together time and time again when it counts and put on a display of 540s here in the finals as well. Backside grab, mute grab, there's an Indy Grab 540, and how about following it all up with a big frontside rodeo 5. Looking solid as we head into the Seattle LG Action Sports World Championships.
PLG, put your hands together, get out of your seat.
Taking a look at the Paul Mitchell final result board again. PLG on top of things, and look at the point differential from first to second. 95.50, and then it drops down to the 80s. How about Danny Mayer trying to roll the dice at the very end there? If he would have pulled that off, it would have been huge. Alex Perelson taking the silver medal, and again, Pierre-Luc Gagnon finds himself on top of the Action Sports World Tour podium.
Another big win here at ASA.
Yeah, super hyped, you know what I mean? I've never done that run before. I've been looking forward to this run all year. I wanted to do two 720s in a run, finally pulled it, and then I'm really hyped I was able to step it up and you know, to start the run off with a tray flip right into a 7. So Alex skated great. Danny skated great too, you know. I thought he was gonna make that last trick, the kickflip melon 360, you know, he really took a lot of chances. It was real close, but you know, it was a great contest. It was fun. I love that new format.
Awesome, you killed it. We can't wait to see you kill it in Seattle. When you're in Cincinnati, this place is a must. Skyline Chili, some of the best food in Southern Ohio, only available here. We're gonna go inside and I'm gonna show you the proper way to order some Skyline. Come on. All right, AJ is gonna help me order because I have no idea what to get now. It's spaghetti and chili together.
Yes, with cheese. She can put it inverted. Inverted is with spaghetti, cheese, then chili with the chili on top, or the normal way with just chili, then cheese on top. Or people add mustard, whatever they like on it.
The box jump contest I like a lot. It's pretty much a dirt jump setup, but then you also have a quarter pipe at the end. So it adds a kind of a different element to a jumping contest.
For this contest, box jump, quarter pipe, we have TJ Ellis, which is straight dirt rider. He does the jumps no problem, but then there's a quarter pipe. And then we have Craig Mass, who, just like me, we just ride skate parks. We never really ride dirt. So it's kind of cool. It's like a cool mix.
It's pretty rad. Like, it's pretty sick to see how it came from last year. Like, the jumps got bigger, course getting wider, which definitely is going to make for a lot more exciting contest.
We're all good riders.
So a lot of us are doing the same stuff. There's a lot of double tail whips going down, a lot of flares on the quarter pipe. So it's really hard to set yourself away from the rest of the riders, but I guess that's how you determine a winner.
One of the guys definitely in medal contention is TJ Ellis, and he's the subject of our Paul Mitchell Runs with Scissors.
It's TJ Ellis here, and we're here at the ASA BMX Box Jump Triples event in Cincinnati, Ohio. This event is cool for me because I'm riding against a lot of park riders, and I usually do dirt every day. And what you have is a roller into 2 box jumps. The first box jump is approximately 12 feet far, and the second one is about 15 feet into a 10-foot quarter pipe. And that's the tricky part of the course for some riders, because like for me, I basically ride dirt jumps every day, and I don't ride 10-foot quarter pipes, so that's a challenge for me to step up my game and do a trick on it. All right, here it goes.
That was our Paul Mitchell Runs with Scissors feature. But don't go anywhere because there's lots of BMX Big Air triple action coming your way when we come back. Welcome back to the Bank of Kentucky Center for the Action Sports World Tour 2008. The riders were divided up into 2 heats. They were given 3 runs. You're scored on how well you ride 2 box jumps and a 10-foot quarter pipe. They were given a score on a 100-point scale, and the top 12 scores would move on to the final round in a head-to-head bracket.
You get to mix up styles, and you don't really get to see that a lot in a contest because everybody specializes in one or another. So I really like the event.
Right now, taking a look at some of the highlights from the preliminary round, but for more on that, we throw it to our BMX analyst, Steve Swope.
Thanks, Jimmy. Riders trying to make it out of the prelims into the finals. They can't afford to lay up. Need to throw down their big tricks in every run. Zach Warden, great runs in prelims, and he's got the bike flip wired.
So I'm super pumped. I'm happy I did that run. I don't even care about a score, so fun tonight. Ah! Ah!
TJ Ellis is a dirt jump specialist and a super booster. Watch how high he gets above the lip with a huge front flip. Had some great runs in prelims. TJ's through to the finals. Another rider who's always having fun is Ricky Mosley. Ricky's really stepped it up this year and impressing a lot of people this weekend.
Crazy flare. Weebles wobble, but apparently they do fall down. What happened on that flare?
I like to break dance in my runs.
Well, I'm sure the ladies appreciate that.
They do.
Stephen McCann, one of the best all-around contest riders in BMX. He rips everything, vert, park, and dirt. Here with a huge 720, goes down, but he's up and okay.
What is going? We got a ripped shirt here. Look at this. A battle wound.
Just trying. I'm just trying to live, Catfish. And I messed up. I landed low on the flip off spin. I was like, still go for it. And then I realized it was a bad idea. Case, nose wheelied, and I smashed my hand on the edge of the down ramp, which, you know, I'm all right, but it just kind of gave me a quick buzz, you know?
Despite casing the 720 and taking a good knock on the head, Stevie McCann was able to come back and run number 2, put together a solid line that would squeak him into the finals. As a matter of fact, he got in as the 12th seed. Taking a look at the Paul Mitchell bracket board, there are your 12 finalists. Steve, tell us a little bit more about some of these brackets and what to look for.
Bracketed head-to-head competition is unique. The riders don't get to compete in this format very often. It works like a traditional bracket. If you place first in prelims, you get to compete against the person who placed 12th in prelims. You can't afford to take it easy. You got to use a lot of strategy to make it through to the finals. You can't leave anything on the table, so bring out your big bangers every time you drop in.
I think the head-to-head format's right. You have to throw down your big stuff to make it through to the next round. Like, you know what you're up against, and it doesn't matter what, you know, other people have for scores. You just have to beat the person that you're going against.
Koji Kraft and Rob Darden. Koji had some big plans, but a couple of mistakes really hurt Koji. Rob Darden, though, after Koji's mistakes, knew he didn't have to go as huge as he can. Didn't exactly play it safe, he moved on. Dennis Anderson, Austin Coleman up next. Both these guys have a huge bag of tricks. Dennis, the young BMX phenom. Great runs from Dennis. Austin knows the pressure's on. Dennis Anderson moves on to the next round.
Steve McCann and I, we ride together all the time. I know what he can do. So the format is first place and 12th place, second place and 11th. So I got first, Steve McCann got 12th. I was like, oh.
Two big bangers right here. Mike Spinner against Steve McCann. McCann's got some huge 720 variations. There's a turn down 720, which put him down hard onto his shoulder. He got up and walked away, and after getting checked out, found out he had a grade 3 separation. Mike Spinner, though, did not take it easy at all.
Spinner coming out swinging with a triple tail whip sandwich. Triple tail whip over the box, 720, triple tail whip on the corner.
No one else did like a triple whip to a trick so far, and then no one I seen triple whip the quarter, so I was like, man, might as well just do stuff no one else is doing.
Two hometown heroes up next, both out of Ohio. Anthony Napolitan versus Craig Mass. Craig has come on really strong in the contest scene the past couple of years. Nice clean runs from Craig. Anthony Napolitan's got his work cut out for him.
We got Ricky Mosley and Zach Warden here. They're going against each other. Who's gonna win this? Him. Who do you think's gonna win this?
You. Great pairing here. These guys are always having fun on their bikes, always have a smile on their face. Ricky Mosley and Zach Warden. Ricky really impressed a lot of people. Big original trick and giant flares. But the powerhouse, Zach Warden, was on fire.
It's good to go first because you can put the pressure on it. It's also good to go second because you can see what they do and you can determine, okay, I'm either going to really send it or, well, this is cool. I can kind of do a safe run and not get so hurt.
I got a little feeling going now. What am I supposed to think? I drop a nickel in a sink.
TJ Ellis, dirt jump specialist, has a lot of big tricks, including the double back. Awesome runs from TJ. Who can believe the double back? Really putting the pressure on Gutler. Gutler's got to pull something out special. Goes for the 1080. One of only 2 competitors in the world to pull that off in competition.
Gutler, you came so close to that 1080.
Yeah, it was real crazy because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some solid runs, and if anyone puts pressure on me, I'll double flip this one. And then he goes and double flips it. I was like, don't be that idiot that does the double flip right behind him, like don't try and champ him. So I was like, man, what the hell do I do? And Darden was sitting there and he's like, just go whip to 10. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll whip to 10 it.
Well, you did awesome. Unfortunate for that 1080, but we will see you in Seattle.
The first bracket round's in the books, and a couple of shockers. Some big guys like Stevie McCann, Ryan Gutler, and Anthony Napolitan getting knocked out early. But the match I'm looking most forward to in the semis is Craig Mast and Mike Spinner.
I agree with you, Jimmy. Mast versus Spinner is going to be awesome to watch, but I also like the matchups in the other 2 brackets, especially Ellis versus Warden, completely contrasting riding styles.
The semi-final bracket's coming up. More BMX Big Air Triples when we come back. Welcome back to beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio for the 2008 Action Sports World Tour. Earlier this year, the Action Sports World Tour stopped through Southern California for the 2nd annual S3 Supergirl Jam, showing that guys aren't the only ones who are ripping in action sports. Over 100,000 spectators descended on Huntington Beach, California for the second annual S3 Supergirl Jam, the world's largest all-female action sports event. They came in support of some of their favorites in inline skating, skateboarding, surfing, and snowboarding, as well as a chance to catch a glimpse of the next female action sports superstars. A few years ago, you never would have heard of a competition like this, but with so many young women getting involved in action sports, it was only a matter of time before they came together to see who was best.
This event means a lot to me, and not only just to women's action sports. I think it's really good that, Warner Brothers and Supergirl actually took the time and effort to do this for women.
Everyone's pumping each other up, and they're just going for gold. I definitely think that this is a great way to, promote female skateboarding.
And I think it's good to show, show these people what women are doing nowadays, and that it is possible, girls can do this kind of thing.
It was a good time in SoCal for the Supergirl Jam, but now it's back to the Bank of Kentucky Center and the bigger BMX Triples, where $10,000 is up for grabs.
Yeah, the money's awesome too. That's why a lot of dudes are gonna be trying way harder, because it's not like a little purse like some contests now. It's a little up the ante. People are gonna be going for it.
It gives dirt guys to show a little bit more of their ramp skills, which a lot of people don't see.
You pretty much have to do a big trick on the first set, big trick on the second set, and then a quarter pipe. You wanna do a big trick, but you wanna go higher than 5 feet, I say, because if you go under the coping, it's no use in doing it, because it's called a big air triples event, so you want to go high on the quarter pipe.
I definitely got my competition cut out with freaking TJ Ellis doing double backs and whatnot. What the heck is going on? What is wrong with the water?
Zach knows he's got his work cut out for him. TJ Ellis with double backflip fever tonight. Watch his back wheel, hangs up and cases the knuckle, couldn't quite hang on, rolls out of it, and he is up and okay. Zach Warden's got some big tricks up his sleeve. Now check this out, over the second, the Iron Lotus. It's the bike flip 360, second time Zach's ever done that in competition, highest score of the night.
Bike flip? Are you kidding me? I've been waiting to do it for a long time. That was the first one in 6 months, so I'm pumped.
Now, you knew you had to come with some heat because you're up against TJ Ellis. You knew he was going to throw the double back. Bumbled the double back. Did you just say, I'm going with it?
I was like, he's in front of me. I'll roll the dice. If I don't pull it, we see what he has next. Play it by ear. Roll with him, So I just went out and tried my best, and look what happened.
And look at you. It looks like you are going to be advancing. Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
The matchup Jimmy's been waiting for all night. The Mega Trick Masters, Craig Mast and Mike Spinner. Craig, a favorite in the crowd, coming from Ohio. The front flip flare, the second rider to ever pull that off in competition. Crowd loves it. Mike Spinner in next. Triple whip sandwich, as Catfish would call it. Another big run for Mike Spinner.
It's like a walk in the park for you.
Hey, I'm just trying to put down a run, keep it clean, best I could, look good.
And two California natives head-to-head, Rob Darden and Dennis Anderson. Both these riders have a huge bag of tricks. Check this out, over the box backwards with a turn down. So difficult to do. Rob stomps it clean. Dennis Anderson next. Good run from both these guys. Gonna be close. Darden moving on.
So look at that. That last bracket was so close it could have gone either way, but Rob Darden edging out Dennis Anderson. Zach Warden takes down TJ Ellis to make it to the finals, and Mike Spinner taking out Craig Mast. Steve, what are your thoughts going into this final?
Jimmy, we've got an incredible matchup. All these riders have a different style of riding. Mike Spinner has got the biggest bag of tricks, but Zach Warden has the highest run score of the night with the Iron Lotus, and Rob Darden going backwards over the box. We'll see what happens.
It's down to 3 riders. They each get 2 more runs. We will have the finals of BMX Big Air Triples when we come back to the Bank of Kentucky Center. Welcome back to the Bank of Kentucky Center. It is time now for the BMX Big Air Triples Finals.
This is probably the closest I've ever done to dirt jumping, as jump, no pedaling in between, no fixing yourself, and jump again. So I was a little nervous, but at the same time, I'm actually having a good time. Like I'm just riding, this is fun. Like I do a trick, just wait, do another trick. So I'm having a good time, and hopefully we could just put it all together. I'm trying to win one in the USA.
All the guys that are in this event are all capable of winning. Just who's gonna put together and who's gonna slip up.
We've got 3 riders going head-to-head in the finals. Rob Darden, Zach Warden, and Mike Spinner. Rob Darden's up first. Nice big 720. Going big, carrying lots of speed. He's got to get that second box jump clean because his biggest trick is this huge air into the backwards jump over the box, and he goes for 360. This is going to be a huge score from Rob. Zach Warden's up next. He's already got the 360 bike flip done in his dream run earlier in the semifinals. He knows he's got to pull out all the stops to end up at the top of the podium. Going for 2 triple whips. And the second one over the second box just doesn't get around all the way. Looks like he's up and okay. Spinner, you know, he's got triple whip sandwich, stomps it clean right to the pedals for the big 720, and the triple whip on the quarter pipe stomps this one super smooth. Is it enough?
So when it all comes down to it, Rob Darden gets the win. A bit of a shocker, not to take anything away from Rob, but I thought Spinner had him on that one. Zach Warden having 2 crashes in both his finals runs. He walks away with the bronze medal. Maybe Spinner got counted off for doing the triple whip twice in the run. I don't know, but either way, Rob Darden gets the win.
The year of the Darden continues. A huge win here in Cincinnati.
I don't even know what's going on. Definitely jumping the box backwards helped me out because I didn't do anything on the quarter pipe. I'm just here to have fun, you know, try to make the most of the day.
We're going to see you in Seattle?
Guaranteed.
It's been a great event here at the Bank of Kentucky Center, and the fans here were treated to plenty of action sports as well as some awesome live music. And of course, it's all leading towards our LG Action Sports World Championships in Seattle, Washington.
Let me light up the sky, light it up for you. Let me tell you why I would die for you. Let me light up the sky.
There you have it. That wraps it up for us here in Ohio. I'm Jimmy Coleman. On behalf of myself, Zach Yankush, a.k.a. Catfish, and Steve Swope, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you in Seattle.